Well, hey guys, what's up? Spartan85 here. Welcome to my farming tutorial. I really cannot believe I'm saying that out loud, but here I am making a farming. That's how far I've come with the game. I made a farming tutorial. I have a little plot right here that I've kind of planted some stuff, and I'm going to show you each one what the difference is. First things is I leveled this thing out. If you don't know how to level out ground, I'll show you just a real easy trick. It's actually brought to me by one of my viewers, part of the community. So take some wood frames and you can just kind of lay them down. And if you have especially this is nice for a hilly area, but just lay these things out and it's going to flatten it out. It's also going to get rid of the plant fibers that's in the way. See, it gets rid of them. So if you just take out a nice area and you flatten it, now you're ready to go. So each one over here is just plants that I planted without hoeing. This is hoed and this is with fertilizer. So I'll go ahead and show you what I did. You can plant seeds without hoeing the ground at all. Now, first thing, where do you find seeds? So seeds can be found just by looting. You can also find them in Shamway food crates. I've got a couple right here. You can find them in Shamway food crates at the Shamway food store. That's where I find a majority of mine. You can also take the food itself. So if you can buy some food from the trader, buy some seeds from the trader, or go to the trader itself and raid his little garden, you can find some food. So if you just take an ear of corn, let's go to recipes, you can make corn seed right there. That's all you need to make the seed, is just the food itself. The only one that is different is mushrooms. Mushrooms, you need dirt and the mushrooms. So once you start getting some food, I say early game, but as soon as you collect any piece, like a potato, a piece of corn, chrysanthemum, turn it into seed immediately. That way you have seeds. So if you come over here, all you got to do is plant. So we'll just start a little garden over here. We'll start a second garden right here. There we go. We got 5 different plants there. So now this will return one plant. When you pick it, it'll be one plant, which kind of stinks in my opinion, but that's why I'm going to show you the other different way. So another viewer told me this trick is you take some wooden plates and divide what the hoed area, the fertilized area, and just the standard area. So, and this is gonna drive me nuts. So let's say you do have your hoe now, and where do you find the hoe? I've always found mine in cars. You can also buy them from the trader, or you can also craft one. Once you get enough forged iron, which I think is 16 pieces. Yeah, you can make the iron garden hoe with forged iron and wood. You don't even need a workstation for it. Just once you get a forge laid down, craft out some forged iron, and then you can make a hoe. You can usually buy it from a trader too for pretty cheap, $500 or $600 or coins. So one swat, one hit, whatever you want to call it, is going to hoe the ground. So now we have hoed ground, and let's go and plant our seeds here. And if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm hitting left trigger on Xbox. I guess it's probably the same as PS4 to hoe it and to plant it. So now this will return double. You're going to get 2 seeds back from each time that you harvest this. So let's go ahead and divide this up. Okay, now the next, and if you don't want to do this, you can just take this stuff out with the garden hoe. It just gets in the way. But so now if you have fertilizer on you, I have fertilizer in my inventory. You have to have fertilizer on your inventory for this to work. So you hoe it once, hoe it a second time, it is now fertilizer. You can see the fertilizer leaving your inventory at the bottom right too, just to make sure. If you're not seeing it leave your inventory, then you're not doing it right. But just hoe it twice. Now the ground is fertilized, and let's go ahead and plant this here. And what's really nice about console version is once the ground is fertilized, it is fertilized for life. Each time you pick it, you do not have to refertilize it. It is just good to go. That's why I highly recommend separating these so you can see what the heck you're doing, because they look very similar. They're a little different. The fertilized ground is a little higher, as you can see, but it's gonna be hard to tell. And this is gonna return you 4 of each plant. So instead of 2, you'll get 4. So let's go to fertilizer now. Fertilizer is pretty tough to get. The most basic way is probably the campfire if you have a beaker. You can find a beaker pretty early out of poppin' pills, or just you can buy it from a trader. Once you get a beaker, you can make it in the campfire with human turds, nitrite, and dirt. And I'm going to cover each one of these, where to find them here in a minute too. But human turds can be found in just toilets inside of any house. So check all the toilets and grab those turds because they are hard to find. So, and I'm really bad about taking human turds. It took me a long time to find those, or just to start taking those. The next is similar to the campfire is the chem station, and you can find these in poppin' pills. Go to the very back and take. If you have a wrench, just take it apart, and now you have a chem station. You can put it anywhere you want, and it's the same recipe, although it takes 1 turd instead of 2 turds, and it takes 10 nitrite, 3 dirt, compared to 2, 15, and 3. So it's a little less. You don't have to use quite as much. It takes 12. It also takes less time, 12 minutes compared to 25 minutes. The one thing about chem stations to remember is they will bring screamer hordes almost every night that you run this thing. So keep that in mind. I recommend using the cement mixer. You don't need to use turds. You need rotting flesh, nitrite, and dirt. And just craft the cement mixer if you can. You have to unlock it in skills. It takes 30 skill points to unlock it. You can also find, sometimes in caves, you can take them apart and bring them with you. Or if you're just at the trader, use it at the trader. So let's start with nitrate powder. Where the heck do you find nitrate? Well, sometimes these... let me bring down my pickaxe real quick. So these boulders here, you'll see these little small boulders. You have big boulders, which there's one over there. That's going to give you just straight iron. These small boulders are random. They'll give you just about anything, and the only way to know is to start hacking them. So let's start hacking them, and you can get iron, or you can get nitrate or coal from these, and you won't know until it breaks apart. So we're getting iron from this. So let's skip to another one. Okay, so this one's giving me nitrate. You can see at the bottom right, I'm getting 14 pieces of nitrate when I break it apart. So just once you find one that gives you nitrate, just take it all the way apart. Actually, it gave me coal, so it actually is completely random. I take that back. So it gave me nitrate and coal. Let's crack one more open. So it actually gave me lead, so you can get lead from these also. This is turning into a mining tutorial, by the way, but this is completely random. So when you find these boulders, take them apart. I got coal and I got lead. And I got some more coal from that. Okay, if you look on the map, these little tiny specks. See that little black speck right there? Let's go over to it. It's going to look like this. So let's see what this one. This is nitrate. Nitrate is whiter. Coal is going to be darker. So this is going to give you a butt ton of nitrate by doing this. And just look for these little surface deposits. They're little black spots on the map. And that just gave me, 76 nitrate powder. So that's a really easy, that's probably the easiest way to find nitrate. You can also mine, I believe, in the snow biome. Don't quote me on that, but one of the biomes is going to give you nitrate powder also. So you can, like I said, you can hack. When I come across these small boulders, I just hack them apart because they're going to give you a random. Mineral. Okay, so on the cement mixer, you need rotting flesh and nitrate. Where do you find rotting flesh? Well, I just gave up some rotting flesh over here. That nurse. So here's the nurse I killed. So bone shiv, hunting knife, machete, whatever you want. You can also use a stone axe if you want. I'll go and search her. And, oh, look at that. There's a beaker. So there's where you can find a beaker, guys. You can find them on the nurses. So hack this up. It's going to give you rotting flesh and bone. So hack those up. You can get a lot from dogs, but hack up every zombie you come across. You're going to get rotting flesh. Also, the decayed corpses that have the ammunition in them. And I think I have a couple more corpses up here. Maybe not. But go in the Dyersville, you can find all kinds of them. You also find dogs. But that's how you get rotting flesh. Like I said, so once you get rotting flesh and nitrite, you can make it in the cement mixer. And it's going to be a lot easier to make it that way. But there is another way to find fertilizer that took me a long time to figure out. Let me show you guys that one too. Okay, so you have to go to the burnt forest. If you're in Navezgane, burnt forest is usually in the center right here. And it's really hard to see in the burnt forest, but it looks like this. if you look at where my arrow is pointing, there's a little black spot right there. And like I said, they're pretty hard to find. And it actually looks like fertilizer if you look at it. Let me bring down my shovel. But yeah, you can find fertilizer in the burnt forest. Just go dig it up. Here it is right here. It kind of looks like fertilizer. And what you do is it's going to give you dirt. There we go. I finally got one. It's these little white spots right here. They're really hard to kind of get. You can find, I've found bigger spots of it. But dig it up. It's going to give you fertilizer. And I think I got a visitor. Okay, so finding fertilizer in the burnt forest is kind of tough. As I showed before, there's that spot over here. But if you kind of look where my arrow is, right to the left of it, there's a pretty good sized little dark spot. There's some white and some dark. There's also some down here. These little black squares right here and the little black squares. That's going to be fertilizer. So, and it looks just a little different, as you can see. It kind of looks like flat fertilizer that you might plant. So let's dig this up. There we go. We got fertilizer from that. So that's fertilizer. Where he's crawling is right the fertilizer. So, like I said, it's kind of hard to see on the map. But there's a black spot down there. There's a black spot there. There's a black spot right there. That's gonna be your fertilizer. So dig it up. Easy way to get fertilizer, guys. And we'll come back here in just a second and we'll check our garden. Alright guys, well it's day 3, our garden has had time to grow, so I just kind of show you the difference in what I was kind of talking about, you know, the hoeing and the fertilizer and all that stuff. So here's your just basic, not hoeing the ground, anything. So day 1, if you don't have a hoe but you have some seeds, go ahead and plant them. I mean, it does give you a little bit, but you see 1 ear of corn, 1 cotton, 1 blueberry. So we're not getting anything from that. So this is the hoed ground here. Now we're getting 2 of everything. So 2 goldenrod, 2 yucca, 2 blueberries, and well, I take that back. We're getting 3 corn and 3 cotton. So hoeing it, and I have been told in some of the comments that it is random. You can get 2 to 3 when you hoe it. So that's kind of showing it right there. You get 2 yucca. So hoeing it does work pretty well. You almost don't even need fertilizer, really. So, but if you do have fertilizer, you're going to get 4 goldenrod, 4 yucca, and I'm stuck. Here we go. 5 ear of corn, 5 cotton, and 4 yucca. So fertilizing does help. And like I said, once this is fertilized, you're done. So you pick up your corn, there it is, and then you just go to recipes and you can turn these back into corn. You have 5 corn. So you turn basically 1 seed into 5, if you can use that. Or you can turn 1 seed into 3. Whatever you guys want to do. Now, I did add a fence around this. I do recommend putting something around your garden because the Z-bags will come and destroy it. I have seen it done. It's not fun. You can see there's a couple bodies right here. They got stacked up. I killed. So just keep that in mind. They will come and destroy your base or your garden. So just keep that in mind and just keep going. It takes about 3 days for it to fully mature. 2 to 3 days for everything to fully mature. Just keep an eye on it. But before you know it, you can start making some stuff. And I'm going to show you real quick. Let's go to... Oh, I got a campfire over here. Let me show you guys. The things you can make with this. So you have the blueberry... There's the blueberry pie. There's blueberries, eggs, cornmeal, and bottled water. You can do that. What the best thing to make, in my opinion, though, is the... Where's it at? Meat stew. Here it is. So if you can make the meat stew, raw meat, potato, ear of corn, and bottled water. You need 5 ears of corn and bottled water. If you can make that, it is right here. It gives you 27 fullness and 1.6 wellness. And then you can also make the vegetable stew, which doesn't, it's basically the same thing without meat. Here it is right here. Potato, ear, corn, mushrooms, and bottled water. If you make the vegetable stew, the fullness is only 9 and the wellness is 0.1. So the meat stew is considerably better. So just keep some meat on you to make that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call this tutorial done. If you guys have any questions, let me know, but I tried to do my best of making a farming tutorial, and I am not a farmer. I'm getting there though. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.